Hello boys and girls, I hope you are all doing well. And in today's video, this is going to be sort of an educational video. And this is basically going to be a theory by me, which I think is pretty interesting. So I thought I would share this with you guys. So as we all know, the latest exclusive lounge officer that got released is this guy,
Retirement
the
suits me just
Arbitrator,
fine.
Robert Brown. And with Mag's new video about testing him out, he's not that impressive than, let's say, Uncle and Swellen or Cavalier and Swellen. He gives you maybe 1 second more in terms of survivability, but I think we are looking at him from the wrong angle. If we go look
That
at his
optimism of
skills,
yours seems out of
he
place.
gives you what 2500 shield coefficient and 60% damage resist when the HP falls below 50, basically Swellen skill. And then we have this skill, which is basically Uncle skill, but with an addition of 20% officer's skill resilience. This skill is basically Cavalier's skill, okay? And
That
his last skill
optimism
is
of
just
yours seems out of
Uncle's
place.
balance skill. So he was a hybrid between Uncle and Cavalier. But
Retirement
I
suits
think we are
me
looking
just
at him
fine.
the wrong way. Why? Because look at this tag. This is a versatile tag. This means all of these skills apply to every single troop. For example, if you put this on, let's say, an artillery, or if you put this on an infantry or something else, this skill, you will only get this shield. And these skills, as you can see, will not apply to them apart from, I think, this one. So, see, this skill is universal. However, this skill is not because it says of this officer's tank or helicopter. And in this, it says officer's troop. So this applies to all. This applies to only tanks. Now,
That
I think
optimism of yours seems
we
out of
don't
place.
use him on tanks. Why? Because if you look at his skills, it nowhere does it say tanks. It just says officer's troop. So these are all universal skills. I think this should be used on infantry because let me show you guys an infantry main account. So as you can see, this is an infantry main account. He has done some decent research for the infantry. I think it's maxed out this. Yeah, and modern he hasn't touched, but his infantry is still decent. He does use it as a sponge. Now, if we move on to the officers of infantry, they're really interesting because they don't really work like the tanks do. So for tanks, normally, you would have, let's say, Uncle, you would have Cavalier, you would have Svalin,
Where
which
there's
all
risk,
give you a shield.
there's profit.
Okay, so you can look at that, and if I show you maybe even Steel, she gives you a shield. Okay, if we go look at
My
Swellen,
father
gives
was a
you a shield.
woodcutter.
Cavalier gives you a shield. But with infantry, there's
There's
only
no one
one
better for this
shield.
mission than me.
There's only this shield, which is about 1850 coefficient, and the rest,
Let
this
me
is just
help you.
heating. This is just like Spanner. You could take it as having maybe, let's say, if you have Uncle and Spanner on. This is for an infantry. If you compare Arbitrator, whose skills also work on an infantry, with this chick, he's just a league above it. He's just a league above it. And I think if you use this
Leave it
chick
to
and
me.
him,
I've got it handled.
it's going to shift the balance of where the infantry stands right now as a sponging unit. But keep in mind, this is just a theory. This is not tested. I can't test it because I don't have an infantry main account, and I certainly don't have the cash to get this
That
guy out and
optimism of
test it for
yours
you.
seems out of place.
But
The
do tell me
only
down in the
true
comments
failure in
below
life
what you
is
guys
giving
think
up.
about it, and if you think it would shift the balance of infantry. I think it would, because most of my strategies and most of my tactics are made from theory. I kind of think and I'm like, what would this combo do? What would that do? So I think this guy was practically made for
Retirement suits me
infantry,
just
and using
fine.
him on a tank is okay-ish, but I don't think that's where his full potential lies. Furthermore, something else that I would like to tell you is this officer with this skill now enables infantry to use the Swellen tactic. Basically, what the Swellen tactic is, that if you go look
This
at
is my
Swellen,
home.
his awakened skill, if you go read
Leave.
it, if the HP of the officer's tank or helicopter falls below 20%, it increases its damage resist by 50%. Or if it's in a super heavy, it's further increased by 30% for 10 seconds. This means you get 80% damage resist for your tank if your HP falls below 20%. What people used to do was they used to make 2 or 3 units of an SH, attack a base, hit that skill. I explained this tactic in my previous video. Do that skill and then go back. But now,
That
with this
optimism
guy,
of yours seems
infantry
out of
mains
place.
can do this as well. And if a tank main has this, they can do this and make that tactic even more broken because you will get what? 80 plus 60% damage resist. That is 140% damage resist. I'm not even counting in all of these skills, just based off the first skills of the officer alone. So this does actually boost infantry tanking and tanking as well. As always, boys, I hope this information helped you. I hope this was interesting, and I hope to hear you discuss in the comments and tell me if I'm wrong or give me some insight that could help me out. Thank you for tuning in. Have a nice day.